Hello, welcome to the Rendezvous, and this is Connie Lang, the guest hostess. Very nice that we are inviting some representatives, female representatives from the Nordic countries. And here first we have Anita Vogel, the chairman of the Danish Chamber. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we also have Marica Barrett, from the executive director from the Finnish Chamber. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Hi. So without further ado, let's get into our interview today. Yeah, so what brought you to Hong Kong, and when did you come? Maybe we can start with Anita first.
Yes, well, it's a long saga because I actually arrived in Hong Kong in 2007.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
It's a long, next year is 20 years, yes.
Wow, longer than me.
And it was a business that brought me here, and a business contract. I was in the watch manufacturing, retailing, selling, and what better place? In Shenzhen, you have 80% of all the watch manufacturing.
Right.
So to sit in Hong Kong with feeling the pulse of the business and developing the sales from Hong Kong was the mission for me.
So how about Marica?
Well, I haven't been in Hong Kong for as long as Anita has. I arrived 4 years ago, and we moved because of my husband's job.
Mm-hmm.
So he was offered a job in here, and I moved as well. Of course, it's a fun adventure for us. We have lived abroad before, so this is something we wanted to do again.
Oh.
And yeah, it's been a great adventure. I was lucky enough to find a job then later on, and now this is my second year now with the Finnish Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hong Kong.
Thank you.
And actually, as both of you as key ladies to your respective chambers, I'm sure you see a lot of different stories from your nations who are working and living in Hong Kong.
Yes,
sure do. Definitely.
So what was your first impression? And also, has it been changed ever since you've come here?
First impression of Hong Kong is, wow. That skyline
is the wow factor.
Wow. That skyline, is very easy to fall in love with. Victoria Harbour, the buzz of the city, the blend of the people. It was just an easy love, because it's easy to get a quick overview of what the city looks like.
Right.
The infrastructure is great. You can get from one end of the city very efficiently in public transport.
Right.
Now, as you know, I drive a car. That's another kettle of fish. But it was very easy to fall in love with Hong Kong, the ease of doing business, commuting, getting new friends.
Yeah, you're one of our very good ambassadors.
Yes, well, 20 years and standing. And has something changed? I think of course, the evolution of retail, and especially after COVID, you can see that the retailers, the mix is a little bit different. But I don't think that the value and the love story of Hong Kong has changed. It's really the grit of the people. We get hit by typhoons, disasters, and we just bounce back.
Yeah, actually, Hong Kong is a very special place. A lot of places, when they're being hit by typhoon, it takes a long time for them to recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Hong Kong, the following day, everyone just go back to work.
Yeah,
exactly.
True. Which I think is a miracle.
Yeah, it really is.
Even as a Hong Kong person.
Yes, it's very efficient, and I think for businesses, that stability is very key. Because if you are out of business for a week or 2 weeks, that's a disaster.
Yes.
But here you can really count on things to resume to normal even after those disasters.
In 1 or 2 hours.
Exactly.
How about Marica?
Yeah, it's been incredible. The first impressions were probably it's very hot compared to the fresh air in the Nordics. But of course, it's a nice change as well, because the winters are incredible in Hong Kong. The weather gets just very nice.
I bet winter here is kind of like spring in the Nordic countries.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just warmer.
Yeah,
warmer,
exactly. It's actually the winter time in Hong Kong is beautiful.
Right.
Definitely. I think also Hong Kong is a very versatile place. There's so much to do, something for everyone, and this also translates into the business world. I find like there's something for everyone. There's so many different fields, a lot of versatility, a lot of different people and businesses as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's incredible. And for me, I don't really think anything has, or my opinion about Hong Kong or anything experience has changes. It's just I love the place more every day and day. Yeah.
So how about for your family members when they first moved to Hong Kong and also has been living in Hong Kong for 4 and also 20 years? Like how do they like living in Hong Kong as one of the family members, and how is their education? How do they like it? Well,
yeah.
We start with Marica.
Yeah, sure. I have 2 small kids,
right.
So this is quite fun for me to see. Actually, the whole family, we love it. Like we have really settled in. Like I said, I feel like every day we just like it better and better. You get more used to it. Like the education that my children are getting is incredible.
Great.
It's very high standards. They all like it in the school so much. And my husband is happy too. He has a lot of friends. We have good like people around us. The neighbors are lovely. It's safe. It's clean.
So the kids are also learning Chinese at the same time?
They are, yes, in school. So they go to international school. So they learn Mandarin. Yes.
Oh, that's good. How about?
Yes, well, at the time, it was actually my boyfriend who was a big fan of Hong Kong. He used to come here for years before we moved here. So he was actually the one planting the seed that if we could someday move to Hong Kong, we should do it.
And you did.
So we did. And so we actually arrived just with 2 backpacks in a small apartment in Lai Chi Kok.
Wow.
And then, you know, we have grown. So fast forward, so we got married in Hong Kong. 3 times actually.
3 times.
Well, you have to do the civil registration, and then we had a church wedding.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah. So and then we in 2018 we gave birth to our son here.
Ooh.
So he's born in Hong Kong and obviously also in school in Hong Kong. So. Yeah, our family has grown here and has rooted here. Yeah.
Wow. So you're part of us already.
Well, it's not difficult to not feel part of the fabric here, because the fabric is with so many different people. So of course you have the local Hong Kongers, and you know they are the fabric of the companies that I've been working in.
Right.
But also a lot of international talents are gathered here. So you know you can very easily find people that can help you with different things, and professionally, as you said, it's very versatile and it's easy to find people.
Right.
So that's the easy part of living. I think actually if I reverse, if people go back to Scandinavia, I can only talk about Denmark. It's a lot harder to get integrated into the society.
Oh yeah, 100%. Same goes for Finland.
Yes.
Yeah.
The language is harder. I mean, Finnish and Danish is very difficult for foreigners.
Right.
And the family life is very inclusive in Denmark.
I see.
Where I think, especially in the expat community, the family life is more including and not exclusive, but it's more. People don't have their family here, so they're more open to create local family.
Right.
So
there's a definitely, I think it's a culture thing as well. In Finland, I'm not sure again in Denmark, but like the culture is very individual. So people tend to just like be by themselves in their own little bubble. They're like close family members, few friends. It's very like individual. Here is like a community culture.
It's kind of like more accommodated.
Yes. So you do. I find it the same thing. So you would invite your like family friends with their children, everybody comes together, you have your neighbors involved as well, so it's like bigger, you take care of the whole community, like it's a bigger party, so to say.
Well, it's nice to hear the difference and how you perceive with different parts of your daily life, which is very interesting.
And I think for my local friends here, they're very Hong Kong proud.
Yeah.
They want to always, give the best experience. When I was received in the office, so they gave me my name, my Chinese name on my first day.
Oh.
So I mean,
so they give it to you already.
Yeah. So they decide what my name. I have 3 options to choose from. But
you can tell the difference.
I did Chinese name. I haven't been given one yet.
My Chinese name is, in Cantonese, An Ailing. Ailing. And they, at the time when I arrived in Hong Kong, I have hair like this, and I'm very bubbly and happy. So Happy Bell, that was the name they gave me. Now I changed it in China, so I'm the Golden Phoenix. It's more powerful.
Nice.
But I think when you come to a new culture and you don't know anyone, when people give you a Chinese name, that felt to me like a big gesture.
Yeah, that feels like you start to blend into the family.
Then you're part of the family, and then you get invited to the Sunday family gatherings, and so you learn to to how the culture is here.
Right.
And then of course you can compare. So in of course one very big difference, which is I guess the same in Finland and in Denmark. The home is a place where you relax and enjoy yourself. And Danish design, Finnish design is very accommodating for you to have a space where you have space and it's beautiful and cozy. And so we, in our apartment in Hong Kong, we made that style. And then I invited my friends home. And I never got an invite back. And it took me years to understand why I was not invited back.
Because it's usually very small units.
Yes, and it's more like, this is where you keep your stuff and you sleep. This is not a place for you to stay. If you want to enjoy yourself, you do it outside your home.
Well, so I guess it depends. Some people do it this way. Actually, from my home, actually, we also rest and very well. So it depends.
Yeah. So, but for years I was inviting people, and culturally I was a little upset why I didn't get an invite back. But later on, you understand, why. When I started asking, when you know people well, you can ask. So how come you never invited me back? And that was, they say, my house is a mess. It's very small. I have my grandparents there. I have my sister's kids there, so it's a different way of living.
Actually, that comes to the next question I was about to ask you. Is there any culture shock? And it sounds like this is part of culture shock that you just mentioned.
I think when
how you perceive different things.
In Denmark, when you really get to know people, the biggest gesture is to invite them to your home.
Right.
And then you feel that you are friends, and and here when you never get invited to people. So you get invited to a restaurant, and but you never get into the heart of their home. So I always felt a little distance. But that was on my part. That was my friends in Hong Kong. They were like, "Oh, we are connected." But for me, it didn't feel, because I never was in their home. So it wasn't a shock. It was more like just a different culture.
Right, it's a different culture.
Yeah.
Well, which I found interesting as well. Maybe sometime I invite you to my place.
Exactly.
Like the host. There you go.
Yeah, very much like it. Well, Marica, any culture shock experience for you?
Yes, I think the first one was regarding children, really, like the space for children and how children behave here in public. This was maybe the first one for me.
What was that?
It's one thing I noticed when I first arrived to Hong Kong. Both of my boys were very young, so I had like a double pram. And there's no using of double pram in Hong Kong. You just can't fit anywhere. Like all the roads and the aisles of the shops, and even like a bus, you can't take a double pram in there. Exactly, and in an MTR, like busy time, there's no chance you could get a pram in there, let alone like a double pram. So that was one of the first shocks. Actually, I had to like revert back to carrying pretty much my children everywhere.
Wow, you got a very strong
Yes, exactly. Like it was quite something. It was quite hard to move around, even if public transportation in Hong Kong is incredible. But with children, it was actually quite hard to use it because of this reason.
That's why a lot of people prefer to take taxi instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, and taxi is not expensive here anyway. So.
This is what we started doing as well a lot. And now, of course, my children are a little bit bigger, so it's easier. They can walk everywhere. Exactly. So it made my life so much easier. And one thing as well, I found my children were quite like loud and like messy, like everywhere. And this I found like wasn't really socially acceptable in a lot of places I took them to. So I really had to like teach them how to like behave in a bus or in a public place and make sure they are, keep quiet and like don't mess around or like yell or cry, because that wasn't really like accepted in here. Yeah, I feel like in Europe, kids are very loud and messy and like they're all over the place, and it's like part of like life. No. But here you don't really see it. Kids are very well behaved. Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, that's new to me as well. It's nice to hear. Well, but so long as you're enjoying the part of life in Hong Kong, blend in, and also can tell the difference, that make yourself also very accommodative to different things as well.
Yes,
which is a good thing. Yeah. So, like when you're talking about like public transport and all these, like the next thing I would think of is the high-paced life in Hong Kong, the speed. So, how do you compare with your life in your home country, and how do you like it in Hong Kong?
I mean, definitely Hong Kong is things are happening much quicker, and I think also the working culture in a business in Denmark, the hierarchy is very flat. It's the same in Finland. The hierarchy, so the boss is part of the work. There's not everybody can approach the boss. There's no closed doors. I was able to do my own fingerprint on the company here to make it similar, right? So we brought Scandinavian working culture into the company here. That's good. And of course the staff loved it. So
they probably feel more free.
More relaxed. And actually because of that, we were able to retain the staff for a longer time.
Oh, really?
Because I think in Hong Kong, part of the fast-paced business culture is, to advance your career fast, which means that when you look at a CV for a Hong Kong talent, they have been 1 year there, 1 year there, 1 year there. They never, from a Scandinavian point of view, accumulate enough specialist knowledge. Right. So when I was looking to hire and I saw, okay, they've all been just 1 year, I was, I didn't think I had a very good pool of people to choose from. Right. But when I interviewed people and I understood why did they change job?
Why did they choose?
They changed job because they can get $500 more the next place, right?
500?
Yeah. So they would advance their career rapidly in small steps and with a little bit of increment. So I said, why don't we every year talk about what your performance is, and if you want to advance your career with me, I prefer you do it with me so you become a specialist.
Exactly.
But this is again this flat structure where the staff feel comfortable in talking about it. Because if the structure is very it's difficult to do a quick decision, of course it's hard to negotiate your salary, have your opinion heard. So this staff actually stayed with us from 2007 to 2012, all of them.
That's good. So actually with better communication is always good within the company, first for staff retention and also for the culture as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And thanks for bringing that in. And how about Marica?
I agree. I mean, the work, it's very fast-paced, the life in general. Things are expected to happen very quickly, instantly, and in the business world, I find it, people will message you and they are expecting an answer quite quickly. And in the Scandinavian world, the Nordics, again, you would, if someone messages you in the evening, afternoon, after office hours, usually people don't even do that because they know they're not getting an answer. It's completely different. Exactly. But in here it's different. So there will be emails, there will be messages, and you are kind of expected to answer and react quite quickly to this.
Right.
Yeah, so very fast paced, quickly, let's move on, let's get an answer and move the projects along.
So could you also give me a brief introduction to your chamber? Let's say how many members and what's the current state for the Chamber's collaboration with Hong Kong and China, and also any further development? Maybe we start with Marica.
Yeah, sure. So the Finnish Chamber of Commerce currently has around 50 members. So we have corporate members and then we have individual members as well. We're quite a small chamber, but a very active chamber.
It's like a very cozy, nice one.
It's quite nice actually because all of the people. The community is quite small, so it's quite nice. But yeah, we're very active. So we are doing a lot of events. We have a lot of partners. We're doing a lot also with the Hong Kong partners, the local partners we have as well. We're doing a lot together with the Nordic chambers as well. Yeah, so it's quite nice. A lot of stakeholders, a lot of partnerships.
How about Anita?
Yeah, so our chamber is also relatively small. We are only 400 Danish people in Hong Kong, but about 100 of them are members at the chamber. So we feel we have a good penetration. Our members mostly want, social events for, the Danish community. So we celebrate Danish traditions. We have a welcome home party here in September, because one of the feedback from our members is always the Hong Kong, the basic law, the rule of law. If it doesn't extend into China, many companies are still on the fence, going into China. But the new GBA, where you can take the Hong Kong law into the GBA, that I think will give more confidence. The GBA, I think I met the term 5 years ago.
Right.
And I kept asking, along with the Nordic chambers, what is it? And at that time, no one could really explain in simple terms what is the GBA. Meanwhile, it has been built, it has been, there's a lot of structural infrastructure put in place, but no one could really explain it. I think until last year, we had a very, very simple bullet point, 5 bullet points, rule of law, tax, 15% tax, easy commute across the border. Of course, it helps a lot that China now has the open visas to the Nordic countries, because before that was a major obstacle. A visa would be like 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. So you would always pace yourself with that. But now that you can go very often,
as much as you want to.
As much as you want, that really, really helps to do the business exchange, understand what's going on. So Hong Kong as a gateway into the huge market of China. I mean, just Greater Bay Area is a huge market on its own. But to understand for foreign companies, and of course, many companies, the big conglomerates, they have people who are hired to understand this. But what about the startups and the SMEs? They don't have those resources. So the effort made in Hong Kong and in the GBA to simplify, understand is appreciated and will open the door for those as well.
That's good. That's why the chamber acts as a very good platform for information collection and also for sharing.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I always say, if we don't understand, so we can explain to our members, it's not, it's not simple enough. It should be simple. It shouldn't be, but you can see if you look at in Scandinavia, we like simple, minimalist things. And it's almost that's a culture clash, because if you see a information poster in Asia, not just Hong Kong or China, but Japan, Korea, there's so much detail. And in our Scandinavian mind, we're like, whoa, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming because the messages are hidden. Like, what's the big takeaway is hidden. There's no big neon sign. This is good, this is why we do it. Actually, many times the why is not answered. Why should people go to GBA? For many years, this was not answered. Why? What's the benefit?
Well, should talk about the opportunities, talk about the potentials, etc., etc.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very much.
We'll do better in future.
Thanks, Connie. Thanks.
I wanted to add that they're very much developing the area as well. I find a lot of the companies, they do come to Hong Kong first because it is easier to set up, and with the language and everything, it's just more simple. And then maybe from Hong Kong, they have the ultimate goal of going then to mainland China or in the Greater Bay Area. But this is just like the gateway as well.
Well, for many years, Hong Kong has always been positioned as the gateway into China. And actually, from some of our media, like we will occasionally say that, Hong Kong is losing its significance, etc. But from the way you're sharing with me, actually, I don't think the role has changed. Actually, the role has even deepened because everyone is trying to look into the GBA market or China market, and Hong Kong is still one of the best gateways.
And because China is more complicated, right? Because it's a huge market and there's a lot of people, and it's not a straight, like, this is how Hong Kong, if you know how to, it's very easy to do business here. It's easy to set up a company. Tax structure is beneficial and easy. For China, all these things, of course, you can learn what it is, but until you find a friend in China to tell you how it is, which can take some time, it's complicated.
So I can consider that as some of the hiccups that they all need to go through, they all need to overcome.
Exactly. I mean, for example, for my business, we have to import from the Philippines. This is set up, within a month. In China, we're now on our second year trying to set up the import to China. Hong Kong, safety and numbers. Sunday afternoon in my hometown in Denmark, there's no people on the streets. Zero. I was on a Sunday, the only one there. And I was thinking, is there a zombie apocalypse I don't know about? But in Hong Kong, you always have people around. So it feels very safe because you're never alone.
Yeah. Sure.
Why would there be no one on the street?
They're at home.
There's not that many people. There's so much land, but no people.
There's that. There is space, and there is. But this is the Sunday. Is home day, and that is the day where you cook and you clean and you for the week. Right. You don't have time to go out and enjoy yourself the way we can in Hong Kong.
Is also enjoying yourself per se.
Yes, of course. Yeah. That's but the picture in the city is different.
So yes, indeed, it's very different than the style.
Yeah. Oh. Of course, if I compare to Copenhagen, there will be people, but
big cities
in the outskirts.
So, would you recommend your friends to come?
100%.
Come here to live?
Yes.
And work?
100%. Yes.
100%. Oh,
yes.
I like that.
I mean, no, because we don't want to share with anyone. But I think everybody knows, especially when you've been in Hong Kong for 20 years, that kind of speaks its own volume. But I think for everyone who is, curious and want to work in this, there's so much opportunity here in Hong Kong, in South China, in the Greater Bay Area, so much opportunity. So if you are sitting in a market where you can feel the opportunity saturated, you already have a built out retail, you already have, here we're starting to build from some businesses from scratch. So
gives opportunity to everyone.
Lots of opportunity, yes.
There's also a way to try out the market. I find in Hong Kong, it's relatively easy to come here and try it out and see if that is successful and something for you.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
And I have to say, for Scandinavian brands that holds this aesthetic that in some ways to me is very Asian as well.
Right.
So much opportunity. I wish more Scandinavian companies would come here and explore it.
Okay, so you can be the ambassador and attract them to come over.
Well, we are trying. That's what we're trying to do.
We are, yes.
We are trying to, to explain what life here is. So my equivalent in Denmark is Danish Chinese Business Forum, DCBF. So they have members that are interested in China and Hong Kong. Right. We also have a Denmark-Hong Kong Business Association. Right. So they are looking after the people in Denmark that are looking to go. And when they have interested people, we connect. So we're doing all of that, out of our good faith.
Yeah. So what are your favorite spots in Hong Kong that you like to hang around during your weekends?
Well,
there should be too many.
There's a lot. I started playing rugby here 15 years ago, and I actually have a beautiful story about rugby and the Danish connection. Right. Because 15 years ago, I started playing rugby, and I was the only Danish player. Because rugby is not a big sport in Denmark. But actually, last year, I connected with the Danish national rugby team, and they were looking to come to Hong Kong because they saw in my social media how I was playing rugby in Hong Kong. So they had arranged a tour. It so happened that the Rugby Sevens...
They joined the Rugby Seven?
Yes.
Ooh.
And they won the Melrose Cup, yes. So
congratulations.
Proud moment to see on the screen Denmark win. So that was a fantastic moment. And they were completely underdogs. The Hong Kong national team is very good, competing at a very high level, both men's and ladies. And then you have in that competition also Thailand and Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan had to pull out. So that opened the spot for the Danish team. So talk about right time, right place.
Congratulations.
So for me, I'm very committed to rugby, the sport. I love everything rugby, what's going on in that community here. Right. My son is on football. My husband is on football.
Very sportive family, huh?
But there is really a lot of opportunity here within any sport. Whether you are going to the gym, lots of gyms. If you are playing golf, beautiful golf courses here. Right. Tennis, badminton, paddle. So lots of choices, lots and lots of petang, lawn ball. I mean, I don't think there's any sport here not represented. Swimming. So, what about you?
My favorite places really to relax is I live in Taipo.
Right.
And I love going for walks in this waterfront. It just relaxes me. It's just wonderful. And especially when the air gets a bit cooler, you can go out with the bikes as well.
Right,
this is amazing.
Probably later in the evening. when
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
as-
It's gorgeous, or early in the morning as well. It's
Yeah,
fine. And then I also like going to the beach. Like we have this Taimei Tuk.
Ah.
And there's a lovely beach there. Really beautiful, very calm and quiet. If you go early in the morning again, it's very nice. Very
For
nice
no
and very
one, just
relaxing.
yourself. You have
Exactly.
the
It's
beach all for
beautiful.
yourself.
I didn't know I was a beach person, but there we go. I love it here. The beach here is very nice.
Perfect.
Yes. And definitely we're also a football family, so our weekends are pretty much football as well.
Well,
yes.
we should organize some outdoor visits, particularly for the Nordic members.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
So they can explore the wilderness. And you two are
Exactly.
very good ambassadors.
Yes.
I think what we should do is to create the Viking Games and invite the locals to compete in the Viking Games.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, we'd
idea.
love to learn that.
Yeah. You have to throw the axe
Yeah.
Oh,
on a
yeah.
target.
I would love to learn. You gotta teach me.
Of course. Yes, yes.
So with all these discussions, it sounds like both of you very much like your life in Hong Kong. So in future, would you decide to stay here for a longer term, or what's your thought?
I mean, we've been here for 20 years. It's hard to imagine to go back to Denmark.
Really?
I think as long as our jobs here are stable, and then we would definitely stay. But the disadvantage is, as a foreigner, because we don't have a family safety net. If you don't have a job and you don't have an income, it's too expensive to live in Hong Kong. So you can't. And on the flip side, like housing expenses, much more affordable back in Scandinavia. So if we didn't have professional jobs, I don't think we could afford to be here. Yeah.
Well,
So
it's
that's
a good
the.
choice. You have been living in here 20 years. That means you're successful enough to make enough money to stay here.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
cool.
So that's good. And as long as that is sustained, of course, no problem here. And of course, we have our MPF savings.
Yeah.
So, but it's when you come here, and so this is a structural thing. If you come here as an expat, and you will come here maybe when you're in 30s, or maybe. If you enter the property market at that time when you are in your 30s, then you have a chance to stay forever in Hong Kong. But if you don't do that, it's very hard.
Right.
I think a lot of foreigners will not be able to afford to buy into the property market in Hong Kong. So that hurdle is very high. It's the same in Copenhagen. It's probably the same in Helsinki. Yeah. It's very hard because it is a metropolis. It is a big city.
Yes.
But even I live in the countryside. I live in Sai Kung, so even there it's very expensive
Sai
too.
Kung is not a cheap place.
No.
How about Marica?
We don't really have any plans on leaving anytime soon, just because we like it so much and everything is going well. As long as we have jobs that we like, the kids are good, the school is going well, and everything is okay, then we will be staying. Yes.
That's good. And
Yeah.
you also recommend the same thing to your peers as well.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's the same. I think everybody who comes here, they are in the standard 2-year contract. And when that standard 2-year contract ends, they freak out because they don't want to go back.
This, yes.
Really?
And the same for me. I was on an expat contract for 2 years, and when it expired, I was meant to go back, but then I had to change to a local contract, which I did. So I have been on a local contract in Hong Kong for 18 out of 20 years.
Well, yeah, that means you like it long enough. That's why you're doing that.
Yes, but that's the decision you have to make. And I do think that expat contracts,
Usually the terms are slightly better in comparison. So.
I mean, that will be where your housing is paid and so on. But because Hong Kong is so attractive, many companies don't have to put up an expat contract. They will give a local contract, with I mean, everybody wants to live here if they could. So
it's already attractive enough.
You don't have to, put up this traditional expat contract.
We also came here just for 2 years, and then we were supposed to go back to Finland, but here we are, 4 years later and counting.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the good sharing today. We
Thank
had
you so
very good
much.
conversation. And to sum up our interview, may I ask both of you with a few words, how would you like to sum up your experience in Hong Kong? So maybe we can start with Marica.
Sure. Hospitality and community. Those are two very strong words.
How would you like to elaborate on that?
This is the community and hospitality of the local people. This has become like a big part of my life and why I like it so much in here.
Glad to hear that. Thank you very much. And how about you, Anita?
I have two words: Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
So it's part of your home.
It feels like home, and Gayao, the spirit of Hong Kong.
Keep up, keep up.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the sharing
Thank you
and
so
this
much.
very nice chat. And thank you very much for joining the Rendezvous, the show, to share with us today. And that's much appreciated. And again, thank you very much for watching our show as well. And there will be very good, more new interviews coming up. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.